Hi guys, Josh here from Tightbore Airsoft. Today I'm going to give you an update video on my primaries and my secondary for my loadout. I currently run a Polarstar M4. I have a variety of uppers for it that include a DMR marksman upper, my close quarters upper, and my LMG/support upper. So first I'm going to talk about my rifle. Right now I have a D-Boys Magpul PRS knockoff stock. It's fairly realistic looking. I have a real steel version for my rifle that has more of a rubberized feeling to it. This one's really smooth plastic, and you can tell it's not quite up to the same standards. To mount this to my GMP low receiver, I had to do quite a bit of modification to get it to work. On my buffer tube, I had to shim it out and do some other weird stuff to get it to mount fairly tightly to the receiver. Moving on, I have a GMP lower receiver with just a standard pistol grip on it, and that's the back side of it. I have a GMP upper receiver and just a UTG scope on it, just some high scope rings. Moving up, I have a Matrix key mud, and up front I just have a standard suppressor on it. My barrel only comes out to here. Internally, I have a Pro-Win hop-up chamber and a Orga 6.23 widebore barrel, and I have an R-hop also. This performs very nicely. I can almost get 100 yards out of it, so I'm not going to complain. It's also fairly silent, as I have optimized my airflow with a low flow pop-up valve. Moving on, I now have my close quarters upper receiver. And this I've optimized primarily just for being as small as it can be for close quarters combat. I actually built it for a Lion Claws event, so it's geared for Northern Lights. Up front I have a detachable suppressor, so comes off, and that is my overall length without the suppressor, which is nice and compact for being in doorways. I have a knockoff aim point. This is a GMP upper receiver, just a standard pistol grip and a standard quad rail. I originally had my whole rifle painted in this Cryptek knockoff. I did it myself, it's Duracoat. I'm not going to go through all that work to do it when I do paint all my uppers, so we'll see what I do there. Next up, I have my Crytek LMG upper receiver. Now to get this to work, I had to do quite a bit to it to get it to fit on my GMP lower. I had to reshape the pinhole, had to grind it to the rear a little bit, and I also had to take a little bit of material off the back here to get it to fit. Other than that, it performs awesome. It's completely stock for the hop-up and barrel. I have a Noveski amplifier on the end here, and just a knockoff EOTech. Next up I have my secondary, which is a Tokyo Marui SOCOM Mark 23. This is the non-blowback version. So I like it because it is very silent, and it also comes with a suppressor, which I'll show you in just a second. So this is my Mark 23 with the attached light unit and the suppressor. The suppressor is pretty nice because it does have markings on it. I also have a retention lanyard. I also have 4 magazines for this, so I have plenty of ammo in case I run out during a long Milsim event. And last but not least, I also have this. This is my M320 grenade launcher. I can also mount this to my rifle to give me more firepower on the field. Now I'm going to show you all the different uppers on my lower. With this setup, I can easily switch upper receivers to benefit me at different events or parks. To do this, I simply take my upper, slide it on my lower, push my pin in, then put my fake charging handle onto my rifle, and I'm good to go. And this is my LMG upper receiver mounted on my rifle, and I also have the box mag. I use this upper receiver at Milsim events that call for an LMG support class that is separate from the normal rifleman class, and with this upper and the box mag I can get into a lot of events as a support class that I normally couldn't go to, or I couldn't normally use the support class. Each of these uppers have different play styles that I like to use with them. They have their purpose. They each fill a need in my loadout. When I go to a place like Northern Lights, like at the sanitarium, then I definitely use my close quarters upper. If I'm at a place like, say, Twin Cities Airsoft or another park, I like to go with my marksman rifle upper. It gives me an advantage there. And if I, like I said before, if I need to use an LMG or support class, then I can put this upper receiver on. This concludes my 2016 Airsoft Arsenal video. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the field.